Well, I am very pleased to see so much support for preserving religious liberty. Thank you to all the organizers of the event, the Family Research Council, the Chaplains Alliance, and others who put this together, and for inviting me. While I am a member of Congress, I have spent my adult life in the service of my country as a Navy pilot, and I continue to serve even today as a reservist in the United States Navy. On November 5th, 2009, we all witnessed the consequences of a military culture too focused on political correctness and not on good order, discipline, and common sense. On that day, Major Nadal Hassan massacred 13 and wounded 29 at Fort Hood, Texas. Hassan's superiors were aware of his extremist views. He certainly did not keep them private, and he even made a PowerPoint presentation detailing them. Everyone knew that Major Hassan was a ticking time bomb, but no one wanted to say anything. It is clear that fear of retribution, of being labeled intolerant, contributed to the culture of silence. 10 minutes of terror, 13 people dead, 29 wounded. These are the hideous but entirely predictable consequences of political correctness in the military today. Today is the 237th anniversary of General George Washington's General Order establishing the chaplaincy. In that General Order, he stated, "The blessing and protection of heaven are at all times necessary, but especially so in times of public distress and danger. The General," that's General George Washington speaking of himself, "the General hopes and trusts that every officer and man will endeavor to so live and act as becomes a Christian soldier, defending the dearest rights and liberties of his country." Unlike General George Washington, nobody here is suggesting that every soldier must be a Christian or that every soldier live and act like Christians. But we are suggesting that the President allow Christians, Christian soldiers, to have the right to live and act like Christians, or whatever faith they may hold dear. I'd like to share two very distinct statements, one from General George Washington and one from President Barack Obama. In 1778, General George Washington said that purity of morals were highly conducive to order, subordination, and success in the Army. I'm going to repeat what General George Washington said. Purity of morals were highly conducive to order, subordination, and success of an army. To the contrary, President Obama issued a statement that our Religious Liberty Amendment would have, quote, "significant adverse effects on good order, discipline, morale, and mission accomplishment." I don't know about you, but I think President Washington was a little more qualified to discuss military matters than our current president. I am honored to stand with these men, with Dr. Fleming, with Mr. Gomert, today in defense of religious liberties in the military. But I think there is another very important message today, and that is this. Whatever the president does or does not write in a signing statement about the so-called, quote, adverse effects of religious liberties in the military, it will not be able to smother the love of God which burns so brightly in the hearts of most of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Thank you so much.